There is a specific, suffocating kind of panic that sets in when you look at the clock and realize you are not where you thought you'd be. You know the feeling. It's that heavy, sinking sensation in your gut when you scroll through your phone and see the highlight reel of the world. You see the engagement rings, the keys to the new apartment, the "I got the job" announcements, and the sudden viral success of people who seem to have started years after you did. And in the quiet of your own room, a voice whispers a terrifying question. What am I doing wrong? You are pushing, you are grinding, you are exhausting yourself, trying to force doors open, but every single one of them seems to slam shut in your face. It feels personal. It feels like the universe has singled you out to be the one who gets left behind. But what if I told you that your entire concept of behind is a hallucination? What if the closed door isn't a rejection, but a vital architectural redirection? What if the silence you are experiencing right now isn't an absence of activity, but the sound of a foundation being poured? Let's dissect this feeling of lag. It is a modern psychological weight that sits on your chest. The world screams at you to hustle. It demands you optimize every second. It hands you a script written by a frantic society. Graduate at 22, manager at 25, married at 28, homeowner at 30. This is the social clock. A timeline that no one actually agreed to, but everyone is judged by. And when you miss a milestone, shame creeps in. It's a cold, isolating shame that tells you you are failing, that you are forgotten, and that maybe you simply aren't worthy of the things you desire. But this shame is a liar. It is based on a fundamental misunderstanding of how growth, time, and destiny actually function. You are not in a race against the people on your screen. You are on a singular, sacred trajectory that operates on a completely different time zone. You have to understand the mechanics of what is actually happening during these periods of stagnation. This is not a delay, it is a gestation period. This is the principle of divine timing, a concept that spans every major philosophy in human history. In Islam, it is tawakkul, the profound, active reliance on a perfect plan that you cannot see. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is the discipline of surrendering the fruit of your action. It is the Buddhist paramita of patience. These aren't just comforting words for losers. They are ancient technologies for survival. Consider the biology of the forest. If you plant a sunflower and an oak tree on the same day, the sunflower will explode out of the ground. In weeks, it is tall, bright, and visible. The oak tree, it looks like failure. For a long time, nothing happens above the surface. But underneath the soil, a massive, complex root system is drilling down into the dark. It is anchoring itself. It is preparing. If the oak tree tried to grow with the speed of a sunflower, its wood would be soft. It would collapse under its own weight in the first storm. You are not a sunflower, you are an oak. This season where you feel invisible, where you feel like you are burying your hard work in the dirt with no return, this is your root-building phase. This is where your character is hardened. This is where you develop the emotional infrastructure to actually hold the success you are asking for. The universe loves you too much to give you a blessing that would crush you. If you got what you wanted right now, with your current level of wisdom and resilience, it wouldn't be a gift. It would be a burden that destroys you. Think of a master gardener pruning a rose bush. To the branch, the cut feels like violence. It feels like loss. But the gardener knows that this specific cut is the only way to redirect energy to produce a bloom. The relationships that ended, the job offers that disappeared, they are not losses. They are sacred pruning. They are the universe clearing the debris to make space for what actually fits you. But this brings us to the most dangerous misconception about patience. People think surrender means sitting on the couch and doing nothing. That is false. Surrender is not passive. It is an active, high-frequency state of being. You must distinguish between forced action and inspired action. Forced action is born from cortisol and fear. It is the ego screaming, "I have to fix this right now." It feels heavy, grinding, and desperate. It is applying for 50 jobs you hate just to feel productive. It is texting that person who treated you poorly because you are terrified of the silence. It is trying to swim upstream against a raging river. You burn all your energy just to stay in the same place. Inspired action is different. It is born from intuition and peace. It feels light. It feels like a sudden, clear thought that drops into your mind. Call this person or go to this place. It is the universe co-creating with you. It is the sailor who stops rowing against the storm, waits, watches the water, and adjusts the sail the moment the wind changes. Forced action is blowing into your own sails until you pass out. Inspired action is trusting the wind. So how do you read the data? How do you know if you are in resistance or alignment? Your body is the barometer. Resistance feels like friction, heat, anxiety, a tightening in the chest, a mental loop of what if. It is trying to jam a key into a lock that clearly does not fit. Alignment feels like a deep, resonant hum of peace. It feels like flow. When you stop fighting the timing, you start to see the synchronicities, the meaningful coincidences, the repeating numbers, the songs that play at the exact right moment. These are the signal flares from the universe, letting you know you are on the right path. We have to reframe the concept of the closed door. In our culture, rejection is seen as a verdict on your worth, but spiritually, rejection is protection. The universe has a vantage point that is higher than yours. You are looking at life through a keyhole. The divine intelligence sees the whole house. That job you didn't get, it might have led to a burnout so severe it would take you years to recover. That relationship that failed, it might have kept you from meeting the person who will actually understand your soul. In hindsight, we almost always see that the no was the greatest favor we ever received. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you need to start asking, "What is this protecting me from? Where is this steering me?" Trust that the closed door is saving you from a room too small for your spirit. This requires a daily practice. You cannot just decide to trust once, you have to choose it every morning. You have to practice presence. Because anxiety is just your mind living in a future that hasn't happened yet. You have to practice journaling to get the fear out of your loop and onto paper where you can analyze it. You have to listen to your intuition, which requires you to actually be quiet enough to hear it. And you must practice gratitude, not the fake, toxic positivity kind, but the gritty gratitude that thanks the universe for the challenges that are sharpening you. Your path is a fingerprint. It is unique to you. To compare your timeline to someone else's is to insult the design of your own life. An orchid does not bloom on the schedule of a rose. A sequoia does not grow at the pace of a weed. This time you are in right now, this waiting room, is not wasted time. It is the most critical part of the process. It is the training ground. You are not just waiting for your destiny. You are growing into the person capable of handling it. When your moment comes, and it will come, you won't be overwhelmed by it. You will be ready for it. So let go of the timeline. Release the death grip on the schedule. You are not behind. You are being prepared. Trust the unfolding. Trust the silence. Trust the timing of your life. Your season is coming. If this message hit a nerve, if you felt that shift from panic to peace, I want you to solidify it. Go down to the comments right now and write this affirmation. I will trust the timing of my life. Don't just think it, type it out. Make it physical. Join the thousands of others declaring that they are choosing trust over fear. You are not alone in this waiting room.